Hello everyone, my name is Caleb Michael Young. I'm a Taiwanese American with medical education and English debate coaching background. Now my mission is to take you to the next level. Now what do we mean by that? It means that there are no shortcuts, because if there are shortcuts, everyone would be doing it. All right, with me, we will open doors to knowledge in science, history, math, and much, much more. Right? Common sense often tells us how to do certain things and how to determine what people's reactions are. Now, with that same logic, you're going to use that in English. That way, we can break the Chinese English translation cycle, replace them with words that you already know, images that you have seen before, and sentences that will easily remind you what these words are, so that when you see those words again, you wouldn't have a problem. Now, once we have done that, we will be reading because we opened the doors and we've shown you that the words are easy to remember. That means the sentence structures and the grammar that you have been worried about are no longer going to be an issue. So, sometimes I mentor, sometimes I coach, and in between those times, I teach. So I'm ready for this journey. Are you ready for this journey? Tim, how are you doing today?
Good.
That's great. I just came from my work in the morning, but I'm more than ready to deal with reading with you. Are you ready to read?
Yes.
Awesome. All right, so I know in high school you're going to have a lot of reading, right? You have a lot of reading at school?
Every week.
Yeah, every week. So there's a lot of tests and stuff. Now I want you to know that our job is to let you be very used to reading. All right, so that's why we have this here. Right, and the reason why we have this is today we're going to do a number of things. We're going to find out the keywords. We're going to try and sum it up later. And then I might be asking you some fun questions that other people might not ask. All right, so before we do that, finding the keywords and such, reading is supposed to be read. So I'm going to read the first part. For squirrels, advanced acrobatics are a matter of survival. When leaping between bendy branches that sway with the wind, the smallest error could spell death. New videos reveal how squirrels successfully leap from branch to branch. I think, Tim, that's a good thing. You want to use your fingers to follow the sentences? You can do that too. All right, when I'm reading or when you're reading. Your turn.
These rodents make split-second calculations to plan jumps. Those decisions account for both branch stiffness and the distance between tree limbs. For super tricky jumps, squirrels improvise moves in mid-air. Researchers share these findings in August 6th issue of Science. They find the squirrel's tricks are similar to the stunts pulled by parkour athletes. People who scale walls, flip over railings, and jump between buildings.
All right, Tim, that was good. All right, because you've met some problems, so we're going to look at the second paragraph. But before we look at the second paragraph, did you have any problems in the first paragraph?
Oh, yes. This word, bendy.
Bendy. Do you know the word bend?
Oh, no.
Okay, so bend is like, so this thing is straight, nothing happened to it. If I do this, then it's bending it. So it's sort of like paper as well. I'm bending the paper. Bending. All right, so bend is the verb. Bendy is adjective. So it means it's very easy to bend. Okay, so you could say this is the adjective, adj. All right, and then we could also say that it is flexible. All right, You probably saw flexible before, but because bendy sounds really like American slang, but it's not. Okay, so it's flexible. Anything else?
No.
You seen squirrels before?
Yes.
Where?
Parks.
Okay, yeah, in the
near
park.
my house.
Awesome. So you've seen squirrels. Do you think they look like acrobats?
What is acrobats?
Acrobat. See, this is because it's a noun. It's good for us to translate. This is the time when we translate, when we are absolutely sure that the word in English has a direct word in Chinese, and there is no chance for other things. So the word acrobat actually means 体操选手. Yeah, that's the only time we use that. See, the word acrobatics showed up in the first sentence of the first paragraph. Advanced acrobatics. So that's actually 体操. Yeah, so this is something that we can use Chinese because we are sure there is no other definition for it. Yeah, cool. All right, so for next time, what I think you could do, because we are short of time, is that take a look at parkour and then tell me about what parkour is in terms of like for humans, because it says athletes, so it's obviously humans who like to do sports. I want to know how it is related to the squirrel, and maybe, how we can, what we can learn from the squirrel that the parkour athletes can use. So maybe to prevent them from having more injury or something, or whatever you have on your mind. Okay, I think that's awesome.
So is that our home? Is that my homework?
Yeah, it's your homework and it's your job to figure out. And if the question does not have an answer, you can make your own question. Yeah, make your own question. Since you're in high school and in middle school, they didn't tell you to do this. So in high school, what we're gonna do is we ask the questions as students, not the teacher. All right, you ask your own questions. Awesome. Okay, that concludes today. Thank you, Tim.
Thank you.
All right, I'll see you next week.